Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Red Devils TV. In this video we're going to be talking about Man United versus Liverpool. Now, oh my god, what are we going to do? Because we just lost to Bayern Munich, we just lost to Bournemouth. Our last two games we've conceded 4 goals. It's not a good look whatsoever. 5 goals if you're going to include the offside goal for Bournemouth. But I'm so scared for this game. We've got Bruno Fernandes out. We've got Maguire, and Shaw, and they're a doubt. Also, we've got like Casemiro and Martinez that are still not fully back fit. They are on the training and they are training with the first team. But at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't look good. And Liverpool are title contenders. It's a very, very scary situation to be in, ladies and gentlemen, as a United fan, because Liverpool are going to walk into Anfield, tapping the little board right on when they're walking onto the pitch, and they're just going to be oozing with confidence. If literally this is 0.001% chance we win this, Liverpool are practically guaranteed to win this game. I like how fans are still optimistic and they say that, well, it's a derby, anything can happen. Yes, that is true. But with this team and on this form, there's not a chance. It doesn't matter about the history between the two clubs. It doesn't matter about the history between the two managers or anything due to history. We are going to get absolutely spanked. And depending on how badly we lose, it really depends on Erik Ten Hag's future, because I don't think the players are playing for him. I personally believe that the players are giving up and they're throwing the manager under the bus, which is a massive disappointment to me. Today, as a time of recording, we are getting so many reports about possible managers to replacing Erik Ten Hag. You've got Lopetegui, you've also got Graham Potter. I swear to God, if we got Graham Potter, I don't know what I'd do, because I still support Man United. But oh my God, I'd be Graham Potter out from the get-go. You know, I just couldn't do it, because we saw what a disaster it was at Chelsea. Lopetegui, I don't know too much about him. But we're also getting linked to the big name managers, you know, your Xavi Alonso, your Ancelotti's, your Zinedine Zidane's. These managers aren't going to come to Man United and tarnish their popular reputation. Not a chance. Jose Mourinho did that, and look how he turned out, you know. It's not a good look. And just stick with Ten Hag. He's only been here for, 18, 19, 20 months. He's not been here that long, so back the manager. I understand fans are reactionary. I understand fans are very emotional at the moment. But come on, we've hardly had a defence all season. We've been ridiculed with injuries, and we're still in the top half of the table, you know. Like Newcastle, there's so much sympathy going on for Newcastle at the moment, but they've dropped out of the Champions League as well. Where's Eddie Howe out? Where's the slandering on the Newcastle players? Oh, I know. They're getting, everything's going to the side because they're not Man United. They're not hated by the country like we are. I'm only 20 years old and I didn't get to see Man United in their proper glory days. I got to see it towards the end of the Sir Alex Ferguson era. But I understand Man United ruined so many childhoods, and that's why we're hated and despised. But you know the saying, hated, adored, but never ignored. And that's what Man United is. And people want Man United to fail, and they're loving it. They love that over the last 10 years we've hardly won any trophies. But we've still kind of been in the conversation because we're that big in England. You know, we're still seen as one of the biggest clubs in all of Europe. Despite Manchester City's rise, despite Liverpool's rise, you know, it's very hard to succeed at Man United, especially with the current ownership. And hopefully Sir Jim Ratcliffe can make a difference when the deal does go through. But we are here to talk about Man United versus Liverpool. And what would my starting 11 be? This is a massive, massive question mark. But for me, it has to be Onana in net, I know, but I just know Erik Ten Hag's going to go for him regardless. So Onana in net. Wan-Bissaka needs to start because he's going to be having either Luis Diaz or Diogo Jota running at him all game long. So no doubt for me, having Wan-Bissaka as the right back, defensively one-on-one, is the best option in my opinion. Defence, Raphael Varane and Johnny Evans. We've got no other players, maybe Lindelof, I'm not too sure. But Johnny Evans was the option to come off the bench for when Maguire got injured against Bayern Munich. And Varane did start against Bayern Munich. So hopefully him and Erik Ten Hag have set aside their quarrel and they can actually move on. And Varane can be starting week in, week out, as long as he remains fit. And left back, Luke Shaw. You know, Mo Salah is probably one of the most dangerous players in the Premier League right now. He's on absolute brilliant form. Darwin Núñez as well. It's gonna be, we're gonna lose. If you could say to me now, United lose 2 or 3-0, I would take it right now. It was embarrassing from the Bournemouth game, but this could be another 7-0, you know. And if it's 7-0, Erik Ten Hag probably does get sacked, unfortunately. And for me, I say give Erik Ten Hag time, but it's down to the Glazers at the moment, and we're out of Europe. And if you embarrassingly lose like this, you know, it's probably the end for Erik Ten Hag. And hopefully it's not, but I just don't see how we can win this. But anyway, going back to the midfield, Scott McTominay has to be dropped. I know people like him, and I know there's a lot of fans out there, especially more of the older mindset type of fans, you know, the fans that are in the 50s and 60s and 70s, aka my granddad and stepdad. But because they love Scott McTominay, they say, well, what's he doing wrong, Dan? What's he doing wrong? And I explained to them, he can't track his own shadow. You know, apart from scoring goals, what else does he offer? He's averaging 38 touches per game. And then they say, oh, we'll play the kids then. Our youth team isn't good enough. We haven't got enough quality. We haven't got enough quantity in the squad at the moment because the amount of injuries we've got going through at the moment. So for me, what would I go through? And this is my midfield. I'd go for Amrabat. I'd go for Kobe Mainoo. And I'd go for Donny van der Beek. That would be my midfield. But what will Erik Ten Hag go for? He probably will go for Amrabat, Mainoo and Scott McTominay. Maybe Hannibal Mabry as that energy in midfield. But Bruno Fernandes is suspended for this game because he idiotically decided to get another yellow card, which is his 5th yellow card of the season, and got suspended for the Liverpool game when we were already losing to Bournemouth. You know, Bruno Fernandes, this is where he gets so much criticism as in being our true captain because he makes stupid decisions like that. And we know we don't stand a chance against Liverpool, but you want your captain to be leading you at Anfield. And Bruno Fernandes, he decided not to want to play against Liverpool, and that's the decision he made. He's having to sit out this game, so that's it at the end of the day. Hopefully, that's the situation. You know, Erik Ten Hag discovers a brilliant midfield three, and Bruno Fernandes is kept out because of how well we perform. Maybe Scott McTominay will play in that Bruno position as the second striker almost role. And on the wings, it's going to be hard, but Antony on Tsimikas, I think that would be a good pairing maybe. Tsimikas is a very underrated player. But Antony, you know, he did cause Alphonso Davies a few troubles against Bayern Munich, you know. I understand there's a stat going around about Antony about how he's only got 1 assist and no goals in these last 25 games. But at the end of the day, Antony, you know, the price tag is always going to be above his head. He's never going to be that price of player. But at the end of the day, he's still a Man United player. I do heavily criticise him and I do want him to leave Man United because I just don't think he's good enough. But at the end of the day, he is going to play. He's not going to play Palestra. Sancho's not going to play, so it is going to be Antony. Left wing, unfortunately as well, Alejandro Garnacho. Now, with Garnacho, I just don't know what's going on with him at the moment. It seems that once he scored that bias goal kick against Everton, it's gone straight to his head and he thinks, oh, I've scored that goal, so that means I'm automatically the best player in the world. Wrong. He's failing to do the simple things which help out the team. He's failing to build up with the link-up. He's failing to find his other teammates. He's failing to decide what to do before he does it, you know. And I understand that's going to come with time. He's only 20 years old, but that will come with time. And as he gets more experience, he'll get better and better as he goes on. But Garnacho against Trent, Trent's probably one of the best performing players in the world right now. You know, he's in sensational form. I feel like Garnacho is going to get absolutely bullied by Trent. And, you know, Garnacho's going to be left for dead by Trent. Trent's going to absolutely bully him. When Trent's got confidence, he's probably one of the best players in the league. And this is where some Liverpool fans back him. And up front, you're going to have to say Rasmus Højlund, aren't you? You know, there's reports that Martial and Rashford are still ill and not available for the training. So, yeah, Rasmus Højlund against Virgil van Dijk. Oh my God, we're going to lose so badly. We're going to lose so badly. It's going to be awful. But at the end of the day, you know, that's my predicted 11. What Erik Ten Hag will go for, I have no idea. Hopefully, it's not embarrassing, but I just can't see how we win this. I'm being really realistic at this point. I know I'm a very optimistic United fan, and I try and push it and push it and push it a little bit and try and sneak a win over the line, especially when we're going against key teams like Liverpool and City. But in this game, I can't see how we win this whatsoever. But anyway, already said it. If we lose 2-0, 3-0, I'll be happy with that result. hopefully they treat us the way Bayern Munich treated us, where they just keep the ball, you know, high percent possession, and they don't batter us on the scoreline. And the scoreline is very fair to us. But only time will tell, won't it, ladies and gentlemen? But yeah, thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. It really helps out the channel as we continue that road to 1,000 subscribers. But as well, just forgot to mention, who is going to be the key player for Liverpool? And because I can't decide who's going to be United, because I don't know who's going to fucking play. So if I'm going to guess United, I'm going to say Rasmus Højlund. You know, maybe bullying Van Dijk, maybe bullying Joe Gomez or whoever is the partner centre back. Hopefully Rasmus Højlund can use his physicality and the link-up play of the team goes really well and we can get a result over the line. You know, I'm still going to back my team, but I don't think we're going to win. You know, I still hope that we can get the win and we can still do something at Anfield. But the last time we scored at Anfield was under Jose Mourinho. There's a stat for you. So that says it all in my opinion. But hopefully Rasmus Højlund is a key player. But as long as he gets that service, I think we've got a chance at the end of the day as well. But basing it off our last few games, Højlund's got no service whatsoever, so this is why I think we're going to lose absolutely appallingly. For Liverpool, I'd say their most dangerous player. I mean, the midfield is probably the weakest it's been for a while. You know, Gravenberch is all right, McAllister. You know, you've also got Szoboszlai as well, Endu as well. You know, they've got some decent players in that midfield. They've completely transformed the midfield, but you know, they do lack that proper defensive midfielder. Maybe Casemiro might be back for this game, so that would bring a lot of balance to the midfield. You know, Erik Ten Hag might even go for a midfield three of Casemiro, Amrabat and McTominay. We don't know because we haven't heard the reports from Ten Hag yet and his press conference. But at the end of the day, we can only go off of what we currently have, and that is, in my opinion, United's going to get absolutely torn apart. But anyway, thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.